Hello. Thank you for joining Parkinson Voice Project for today's online Speak Out Home practice session. My name is Samantha Ellendary. I'm a speech language pathologist and the founder of Parkinson Voice Project. We are the only nonprofit organization in the world solely dedicated to helping you and everyone with Parkinson's around the world regain and retain your speech and your swallowing. We developed the Speak Out Therapy program, and hopefully you are working one-on-one with a certified Speak Out provider. But these sessions are here to help you stay motivated, to help you establish and maintain a consistent Speak Out home practice routine. That is a mouthful. Today's topic is we're going to be talking about poetry. So let's all say poetry with intent and get the words in front of you. We are speaking out. Ready? Poetry. One more time. Poetry. And like we do at every session, we practice smiling with intent, but we need a little bit of motivation to give our best smile. So here's a wonderful photo of Jay's grandchildren. Jay practices with us from Pennsylvania. That ice cream looks good and they look like they're having some fun. So thank you, Jay, for sending that photo. And if you'd like to send us a great photo of you or your family or your pets smiling with intent, we would love to use that for our motivation. So let's all smile with intent. Ready? And take a sip of water with intent, of course. We do everything with intent. When you use intent, you are activating a motor system that is not as dependent on dopamine, and that is why when people with Parkinson's are intentional, when you are deliberate and purposeful, you can speak better, swallow better, write better, walk better, get out of a chair better, do everything better. All right, let's go ahead and start with the first speak out exercise, the may, me, my, mo, moo. Lift your voice, be very deliberate. Here we go. May, me, my, mo, moo. We are exaggerating, all right? May, me, my, mo, moo. We're actually not supposed to be yelling. We're just projecting our voice forward. Parkinson's wants to bring it back here. We're going to be confident and speak out. Let's do another warm-up. May, me, my, mo, moo. Good. Let's do it again. May, me, my, mo, moo. Good. That's enough of that. That's enough of those for today. Take a sip of water. If you missed yesterday's session, I shared a website called thefablecottage.com, and I think it's a really neat website if you want to work on building strength and endurance. They have fables, all different fables, and you can make the screen larger, so you would practice reading. This is another option besides your Speak Out workbook that you could use that website for some extra practice. So if you didn't watch yesterday's session, you might check it out and then go to thefablecottage.com. Sandy will post the link in the chat. I think it's a good resource. It's also fun if you have kids or grandkids. They actually have videos of some of the fables that they could watch. Let's move on to speak out exercise number 2, the ahs. Deliberately open your mouth wide. Make sure the sound is ah, not or anything like that. And speak out. Ready? Ah. Good. Let's do it again. Good. Your intentional voice is with you at all times. It's available to you at all times. You just have to, it's like a light switch. You've got to flip the switch and turn it on. So practice with the ah. Ready? Ah. And we'll do one more, a little bit shorter. Ah. Wonderful. Take a sip of water. So you will flip that switch. You will activate the intentional motor system with everything that you're doing. Picking up a pen, picking up your fork when you're eating, walking, and whenever you catch yourself not doing something with intent, then shift, switch it, turn it on. You can do it. So if you start talking to somebody and then you notice that they're leaning in a little bit, you switch. That's your cue. Oh, I'm using my automatic voice, not my intentional one. Let me speak out more. Let's move on to speak out exercise number 3, the glides. Project out a steady ah, and then slowly glide up. Try to get as many little notes in there as you can. A nice smooth glide. Here we go. Ah. Ah. Good. Let's do it again. The tendency is as you're gliding down to close your mouth and put your head down. So deliberately keep the mouth open. Stay confident. Let's start high and glide down. Ah. The downward glide is usually a little bit more challenging. Start high again. Ah. Make the sound grow as you go down. Start high again. Ah. Good. Now, let's do one more from the beginning. Here we go. Ah. Ah. All right. Take a sip of water. Grab your cup or glass with intent. I am drinking water. It's not coffee. But for myself, especially since I don't have Parkinson's, it feels better to sip on warm water. You don't have to do that, but that's why I'm using a mug. All right. We are going to move on to our counting. I want you to lift every number and project it forward. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's wait a little longer. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. Let's do it again. From 1. 1, 2, 3. We're lifting. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now let's start at 12 and we're really going to stretch out the vowels. Here we go. 12, 11, 10. Don't trail off. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. We are done with the counting. Okay, just a couple of things. I want to remind you there is an International Parkinson's Conference. It's called Insight into Parkinson's. It's going to be happening very quickly. Sandy is going to post the link, or if you just Google Insight into Parkinson's, amazing speakers. I'm not just saying that because I am one of them. I am speaking, but you get to hear me all the time. Dr. Michael Oken, Dr. Dorsey. I mean, there is just a huge list of speakers. Please check it out. There is an option where you can watch it live for free, or you can pay a fee if you want to take your time and have access to the videos. So go check it out. And then one more thing, Gary from New Hampshire. So I wanted to show this to you, and Gary, thank you for sending us some. But Gary has created, he calls it the Resolve Band. Don't know if you can see this, but it says perseverance, perseverance. And on the other side it says intent. I love it. And he created these little cards, very motivational, and it comes in a cute blue box. Well, Gary, lots of people have been asking Gary for these bands, and he created an Etsy store, and Sandy is going to post the link if you would like to get one. And they're a really good price. And you know, he's doing it to raise awareness for Parkinson's. He's donating $1 from each band to Parkinson Voice Project, and he's doing it just to motivate people, right? We need perseverance. We need to use intent. So go check out his Etsy store. And Gary, thank you so much for everything that you're doing to help people with Parkinson's and motivate them. All right, we are going to move on to our reading. Our reading, let me tell you, the topic is poetry. We do have sing-along right after this. Every Thursday, plan on exercising your speech and swallowing muscles for an hour. If you can't participate live, the recording is available. The recording from sing-along will be there this afternoon. Let's read the first sentence together. Do you have a favorite poet? Let's read it again, every single word with intent. Ready? Do you have a favorite poet? Well, do you? Say your favorite poet's name with intent. You can also chat it, as long as you type with intent. Next one. Edgar Allan Poe was a 19th century poet. Again, with more intent. Edgar Allan Poe was a 19th century poet. Emphasize the highlighted words. Ready? Elizabeth Barrett Browning wrote in the 1800s. Speak out. Ready? Elizabeth Barrett Browning wrote in the 1800s. Very nice. Ready? Emma Lazarus wrote the New Colossus. Read it again. Emma Lazarus wrote the New Colossus. Do you know what that poem is about? Say it with intent, or say, I have no idea, but say every word with intent. Let me give you a hint. Let's read this quote from the poem. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. Read it again. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. Do you know now what the poem is about, the New Colossus? Here's a picture, the Statue of Liberty. I did not know that. Take a sip of water and we'll move on to our conversation exercise. I love these sessions because I'm exercising my speech and swallowing muscles, but I also learn new things. All right. When you answer, I want you to say every single word with intent. How would you describe poetry to someone? That's a little bit harder than saying name 3 vegetables, right? That's harder. It's more like regular conversation. Well, I have to say, I went, and this is what AI, this is how AI describes poetry. Let's read it together. Poetry is a form of literature that uses language in a creative and imaginative way, often employing rhythm, rhyme, and vivid imagery to evoke emotions and ideas. I love that. Let's read it again, okay? You saw the words, now let's read it again. Poetry is a form of literature that uses language in a creative and imaginative way, often employing rhythm, rhyme, and vivid imagery to evoke emotions and ideas. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and recite Dr. Boone's words, each one twice. Ready? Gula gan ga ga. Again. Gula gan ga ga. The next one. Ku ka mangu ka. Speak out. Ku ka mangu ka. These exercises strengthen the back of the tongue, which is critical for swallowing. Ready? Gangla. Gangla. And the last one. Kukla. Kukla. Take a sip of water. We will end with our bonus reading. This bonus reading is challenging, I will say that, but we can do it with intent. Emphasize the highlighted words. This poem is Hope is the Thing with Feathers by Emily Dickinson, and thank you, Carl, who practices with us, who suggested this poem. Ready? Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul. Let's start over. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. It is hard. Poetry is a great way to practice speaking with intent. Let's read it again. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. So that was probably easier the second time. And if you download the reading material, you can take what you learned in this session and practice, and practice some more. I suggest reading the bonus paragraph 3 times, each time trying to do it with more intent. All right, the Zoom link for the sing-along is in the chat, or you can find the sing-along on the home page of ParkinsonVoiceProject.org. Parkinson without an apostrophe S. ParkinsonVoiceProject.org. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a wonderful day with intent.